Have you guys seen this picture, this video, this clip? I don't know why people online now are kind of, I guess because it's Jake Paul and he's just not liked, but I don't understand the ha he about this. Like, what was he meant to do in this situation? So this video is going viral of Jake Paul out somewhere and he gets confronted by Floyd Mayweather and his gang. Big up whoever on Instagram sent me this. I forgot as well. You sent me this, but I saw already as well. So big up to you who sent me it. But Jake Paul bumped into or crossed paths with Floyd Mayweather and his contingents or his kind of crew of people, and they got into some back and forth that led to Jake Paul running. But everybody on the internet is clowning Jake Paul. What's he meant to do? It's him against Floyd and Floyd's security and Floyd's people. Like, you don't even have a chance boxing Floyd, let alone in the street and with his friends and with his security guards. And Floyd Mayweather's security guards are serious. Like, they don't play games. So this is a clip of them, and I'll play the response from Jake after the fact as well.
Actually, nice to get that camera.
What's going on?
What's up, Floyd?
I can have what I want.
What you mean with a camera?
Oh, you got camera too.
So what you supposed to be?
I'm just working, man.
What happened? You're not tough anymore?
Big up the security. I love that line for the security. What are you supposed to be? I'm just working, man. He diffused that perfectly. He's like, look, I know who you are. I know what time it is, but honestly, this guy is my client. I signed a security guard oath. You're not gonna touch him while I'm here. Do you know what I mean? Like, and if you touch him, then I don't get paid. My kid doesn't go to private school. My girlfriend doesn't buy a Birkin or, pay her flipping car note on her G-Wagon. There's a lot riding on this for me as well. I need to get a new tattoo. Like, please, you know what I mean? Like, help me out here, man.
Since your loss? What happened since your loss?
Oh, by the way, the camera guy, absolute dork. The camera guy is like the typical boxing MMA fan. You know, the type of guy that's like telling fighters, you lost, shame. Those kind of people in the comments, like absolute wallads. Guys that could probably get blown over by a gust of wind. Guys who've never been in street fights or fights themselves, mocking fighters for fighting in the professional fight. Like, what?
Yo, we gonna bust him up, guys?
I told you before, put that camera
Yo, let's
down.
bust him up. Where you running, Jake? Where you going since your fight? Since you lost? What's up, Jake? Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him!
He's running. He's a track star.
Jake Paul running, champ. Why is he running? I think because the last time. It's alright.
Okay, maybe that guy's part of Floyd Mayweather's group. That's why everybody's doing it. But of course he's scared. Everyone's saying he's scared. Of course he should be scared. This guy lives online for the most part. Jake Paul, everything he does trolling wise is to kind of benefit his business, but a lot of it's just like banter online talk. So if he did see someone saying in the chat here, they bumped each other at the game in the Miami. Okay, cool. Okay, so Richie saying they were at the game. And he also said Richie saying that Jake said something about Floyd Mayweather's family. Okay, cool. That's not on, of course. But to be fair, I think Jake Paul knows this is going to happen if he bumps into people that he says stuff about. But more often than not, he doesn't bump into them. Or more often than not, they understand that it's not a big issue and they kind of just let him lie. They're not that bothered by it because they know it's just entertainment stuff. But just thinking about it now, actually, didn't Jake Paul say something crazy about Conor McGregor? Like, didn't he post something about his wife or something where they were going back and forth? So for sure, if something happens, if Conor ever crossed paths with Jake, is on site. You know how Conor's like, innit? You see what he did with Khabib. You know what time he's on. I mean, he got a private flight from flipping Ireland to go back his boy when he was having beef with Khabib. So you know what time he's on. But yeah, everyone on the internet is clowning him for this. Well, I'm reading the comments here. I hate Juniper as much as anyone, but did Floyd lose? You're lying if you say you weren't outnumbered like you weren't. Rush. Jake Paul don't got this in him. Oh, okay. You remember this, innit? Do you guys remember this clip? This is pretty cool. So this guy, I think he makes this really funny video where he says, I think he went to go link a girl somewhere. And again, this is like a nightmare of all men. He goes and link a girl in some area that he's not from, and he gets into some sort of scuffle with the local guys there. Maybe they're hating on him for linking the girl, or maybe it's just like, men being men, and he ends up having to fight like 5 people at once in a hood in an area that's not his. Hilarious video. But yeah, people are saying here, what in the stage social media? Okay, people are saying it's staged. Do you think it's staged? Oh, really? Jake called Conor's wife a 4. Jesus. Jake's one security guard said, what? What did he say? See this clue? Come on.
We don't have the capacity. I said, we don't have the capacity.
Horrible. Floyd, you're a 50-year-old grown man who happens to be a
We
legend
don't have the capacity.
in the sport. What are you doing? Go home, enjoy your life. People put a post, hey bro, cool. Another post a picture of the gun. Me, as soon as I saw 5 other dudes pull up out of nowhere. Yeah, but anyway, let's see Jake Paul's response about the whole issue. What did he say in response about what happened here? I don't see the. Okay, people are saying Paul disrespectful. He'd be taking it too far. Yeah, he does, but again, Richie, maybe I'm being a little bit forgiving, but I always think it's all trolling, man. It's just never serious. These guys are just internet guys. Like, everything to them is a prank. It's never real, personally, for me. It's just a way to get attention, get clicks and stuff, and it's mutually beneficial, because even if he's trolling you, it's just something disrespectful, you both get something out of it. Do you know what I mean? You both get a little bit of attention and clout. You can use it to get more eyes on what you're doing, the followers, maybe organize a fight. I don't know. It's just all fun and games. It never seemed like it was a real life issue. But I guess, again, I'm in no position to tell somebody how they should feel when someone says something about their family, especially dead family members. Do you know what I mean? I'm in no position. I can't tell you somebody not to get offended. So for me, I wouldn't mind, because I know the internet. I know social media, what it's like, and how these guys operate, because I watch enough of people like this content and stuff, so I know what the game is. But other people just don't play. Do you know what I mean? Some people just don't play games when it comes to their family. And maybe Floyd's that kind of guy. He's all well and good doing banter about, you know, promoting the fight, saying he can't read, and maybe he's just one of those kind of guys that, look, say what you want about me. Say I can't read. Say that I'm broke. Say I owe people money, whatever. Say that, you know, whatever. But don't ever talk about my family. That's probably what he probably does. I can tell. But anyway, let's move on. Let's see what Drake had to say about this.
Floyd Mayweather and 50 dudes pull up out of nowhere, out of like some side alley, waiting for me outside of this stadium. And they're like, so what's up?
Look where he's recording this. He's recording this in like the stairwell of like some parking complex or something, or some building. Like, he's safe, innit? He's super safe. Like, oh, you gotta love Jake, man. Come on, man.
What's all that talk now? I'm like, first of all, what did I say to you, Floyd? I just took your hat and you're still mad about it? Come on, bro. And then 50 dudes literally...
Oh yeah, he took his hat that time, innit? I remember that.
Literally start surrounding me to try and jump me. I'm out that bitch. Hey, Floyd, you want to run it one-on-one? No problem, but I'm not dumb, okay? I'm tough. I don't need to prove my toughness, but I'm not dumb. I'm not going to sit there and try to fight 50 dudes. Dipped out of that bitch. Floyd, you're a hoe, bro. You're mad because I took your hat. Are you serious? Get over it, bro.
You can't really call someone a hoe and a bitch when you ran away. I know he ran away, and I said, you know, it was justifiable because it was like 5 people. But how much better would Jake Paul look on the internet? Like, imagine how viral he would have went if he, because again, nothing's gonna happen to him. There's police there as well. Nothing bad was gonna happen. He probably would have got a couple of licks and a couple of bumps in his head and stuff, but he was in no danger of losing his life, for instance. Like, everyone needs to relax. There would just been a couple of bumping. People like to get, you know, some social media clout and say they punched him in the head. That's all well and good. But how amazing would have Jake Paul looked if he stood tall and just said, yeah, what? And said, brought it on, got banged a couple of times, swung with some people, and then showed himself with lumps and bumps saying, yeah, I'm still standing tall. Do you know what I mean? I'm still standing 10 toes down. You guys try to rush me. It's just one little white boy on his own. You guys think you're a gangster. You know what I mean? And then set up that for the fight. That would be, imagine how much better he would have looked on social. People would be like, rah, respect for Jake Paul. But isn't it also funny? Sports is like this, right? Again, me just watching this film as a casual. Have you guys noticed a slight demeanor change in Jake Paul, or is it just me? He's different, isn't it? Like, ever since he lost that fight, like, this is how people underestimate. Like, that's why I have respect for fighters so much. Professional fighters, I have so much respect for them, and I'm never someone to, like, kind of, even if they have a bad performance, oh, this guy's rubbish, he should be cut, or like going in their comments and flipping, you know, kind of trying to say something crazy about them in the comments, because this career that they pick is brutal. It's a brutal career. Especially in UFC, right? When you're hot, you're hot. When you're cold, you're cold. Look what's happened to Darren Till, right? The UFC was super happy to let him go from his contract, because at one moment he was a prospect, the next moment now he's completely off. But you see what happens when you lose a fight, how it fundamentally changes you psychologically. Like, he's a different person, this version of Jake. He's a different guy. Maybe the Jake before would have maybe stood tall, but the fact that he lost a fight against Tommy Fury, it's changed completely everything about him. And he didn't even get knocked out. Do you know what I mean? He maybe suffered, he maybe obviously got hurt in the ring. No one's saying he didn't, but it's not like he got knocked out and he was sparked out for ages. he lost some points, but still, it's changed him fundamentally as a person. So imagine all those guys in the UFC now who get knocked out, their chin is gone, but they still get back into octagon. They break their leg, it heals. They're still throwing leg kicks. Like, it's just crazy. Those guys, they're made of different material. So that's why you have to give those guys flipping credit. Honestly, give those guys bloody credit. What were you saying in the chat? What, bro? The Tommy Fury loss got him. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Mr. DB's fan. That's a perfect comment. The Tommy loss got him doing poetry. Exactly. He's doing poetry. He's doing the dash. Like, he's fundamentally changed. Like, as a civilian, of course, ran away. It's just Floyd Mayweather. And 5 dudes and his security guards who all look like NBA players. Of course, run. But the Jake Paul from before, I don't think would have run. The Jake Paul from before would have known how good it would have looked on social media for him to be swinging against 5 dudes, especially one white boy against like 17 black guys. It would have looked amazing if he stood tall. But this Jake Paul now, after that loss, is like, you know what I mean? Got to profess my brain. I'm scared. I'm this. I'm that. How about if I get knocked out? It's really, yeah, exactly. It's humbled him. No, Kevin, I don't think humble is the right word. It's not humble. I don't think he's not humble. He's just how he is. It's just changed him a little bit, personality wise. He's not humble. He's just changed him. He's got that doubt. You can't let that doubt go in your head. As I said before, like with me, I lost a fight once when I was younger, growing up, where I ran away, where I was really young, because I was so scared of being like banged or something. And it would happen when I was like, what? I was like 13 or 14. This fight loss, but it stayed with me in the back of my head for so long that that after I kept getting into random fights. I didn't really, cause I'm not an angry person. I don't have a temper or anything, but I'd get into random fights all the time. I'd be fighting guys in clubs. I'd be fighting guys outside the clubs. I'd be fighting people in like supermarkets and shit. Like, I was just ready to go. And then one day I remember just like sitting down, meditating on it, like thinking, why is someone like me, who's generally cool, like ready to fight people all the time? Then I realized, oh yeah, I'm trying to get back that one fight that I lost. I'm trying to like restore my manhood and my pride and let myself know that I'm not a pussy by trying to fight like random dads in the fucking Tesco's. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to get my lick back that way. So that's what I was doing. So I can't imagine what a loss like his could do to him in a ring professionally on that scale with somebody you're mocking for ages and Tommy Fury and stuff, right? Make it seem like it was a joke, and then he just boxes you out for the foreseeable 8 rounds. But anyway, moving on. But I'm not proud of it, honestly. I'm not proud of that fighting time. That was dumb. Like, honestly, some of the, I said to you guys before, like, I remember having this one fight I had, just makes me laugh all the time. One day I was coming back from the club and I was super drunk, and I was like walking back home, because sometimes I like to do that. Like, there's no better feeling when you're super drunk and high and stuff, and you're just like walking back and you're letting the breeze of the cold air just brush your face. And so usually I'll just walk, and until I get tired, and when I get tired I'll just jump in a cab or something. So I was walking, singing, doing my thing, and I guess I crossed the road. And I was crossing the road, I guess I kind of, was taking too long, and the car was beeping. It beeped at me, and then as the car went off, I kicked the car. Like, as it drove off, I kicked it. And then some guy came out. He's like, whoa. He said, oh, and again, I remember bits of it because I was so drunk. I remember fragments. What I remember is I kicked it, he steps out, we get into an argument, and then in that argument, suddenly smashed with punching each other. And I think it was raining, and I had on my I had like penny loafers on, like GH Bass loafers, right? I had like these things on. I'll show you what I had on. So it's raining, and I had GS Bash tassel loafers. I'll show you what I was playing with. This is an excuse, but I'm just showing you what I was doing. Yeah, exactly. Look what I was wearing. Exactly, the Asian guy fight. Yeah, people remember Space Kai. This is what I was wearing, right? This is not an excuse. I didn't say I lost or anything, but this is what I was wearing. I was wearing these. I was in the street in the rain wearing these after a club, drunk and high, fighting this Asian dude. And then all I remember is that every time I'd punch him twice, he'd hit me once. And it kept shocking me. I was like, how's he connecting? How's he hitting me? And I didn't realize at the time, oh, he's probably good at fighting too. I just assumed in my head, that dumb brain, I just thought like, oh yeah, I'm going to win this. I don't know why, because I thought, maybe in my head, I thought because he's Asian, yeah, he's not going to be doing nothing to me. But every time I hit him twice, he'd hit me once. Then he'd hit me twice, I hit him once. It's like, we were going back and forth like this, right? And then we just kept going. It felt like we were going for hours. No one was dropping. We just kept punching each other. And it was a good one. It wasn't like we were getting locked in. We were just like, everything was punches, right? Then We were just fighting like this, and then some random uncle, this African guy, was like, he just got into between us, just stopped, he just put his hand on our shoulders, and we both just stopped. I think we were both tired. We both just stopped, and then we shook hands and walked away. Like he went back in his car, and I just continued walking. I picked up my I had like Beats by Dre headphones, and on the floor, I think one of them actually broke. One of them was broken because I stepped on it, and I picked up the box, and I just kept on walking. Left home, and I remember waking up in the morning, yeah, hungover, and I was like, my face, why's my jaw hurting? I was like, oh yeah, the fight yesterday. The fight, I woke up like, and why are my loafers all scuffed up? Like, what's up in my loafers?